Now this morning, immigration is in the spotlight.
Federal officials have suspended the Remain in Mexico policy. That means that people no longer have to wait in shelters in Mexico while they seek asylum. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol is live in San Ysidro with the impact that this is expected to have on thousands of migrants. Dana Marie?
Well, Evan and Netta, this is the end of a Trump-era policy that requires asylum seekers to wait in Mexico for their U.S. immigration court proceedings. Now, we just spoke to an activist. He told me that the conditions where they were put them in very dangerous situations.
They were subject to potential sexual abuse and sexual harassment. We heard of cases where people described torturous conditions by other people that were preying on migrants, and then migrants that were assaulted and were subject to abusive practices by local police in Tijuana. All of these were conditions that were a result of people, asylum seekers, having to wait in Mexico for their court proceedings.
Now, you just heard from Pedro Rios with American Friends Service Committee, who says this move is a positive step in the right direction as no more people are being enrolled in the Return to Mexico program. He says they're waiting on more information from the Department of Homeland Security about what's next in terms of the steps for those still in Mexico waiting on their hearing. Now, the termination was made possible by a federal court order earlier this week, a year after the Biden administration looked to end it. Now, the Department of Homeland Security says the program had endemic flaws, imposing unjustifiable human costs, and pulls resources and personnel away from other priority efforts to secure the border. Now, the Trump administration started the Migrant Protection Protocol policy in early 2019, using it to return 70,000 migrants to Mexico, many of whom lived in rush conditions in those encampments we just heard described. Human rights workers recorded hundreds of reported attacks against them. Now, on the other hand, the Trump administration said the policy was used to dissuade migrants looking for better economic opportunities from using the asylum system to stay and work in the United States. Now, again, many are just waiting to see what this transition looks like. We've been following this. As I said, a year has gone by where the Biden administration has looked to end it. That finally is the case now. CBS8.com is a great resource for any further updates on this. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you from San Ysidro.